Hi Earthy people, welcome back to my channel. I'm Gerard, Witch of Earth's Scariest Goods, and today I'm going to show you a cord cutting spell. So the purpose of this spell is to cut those energetic cords that are attached to you. Okay, so it's like being in a relationship and it was a very toxic relationship, and even though you've parted ways, you still feel a part of them, right? Like as if some of that is still weighing down on you. You still kind of feel them with you, and that's the purpose of this spell, is kind of cut that cord so that they're no longer energetically tied to you. So, and there are multiple reasons why somebody would be tied to you. If you had sexual relations with them, if you were emotionally tied, marriage could play a role. You've been with each other for a very long time, but not just as in a person as well. This also goes for if it is a situation, for instance. Maybe it was a partnership, a business partnership. Maybe it was a job gone sour, okay? All of these things create cords over time as you go through your journey. And so this just helps to kind of just cleanse the way, so that way everything feels a little bit lighter, fresher, and we just cut all those cords off. So without further ado, let's begin. Right, so this is kind of an extensive spell. So it has multiple layers to it, kind of. We are going to need a little bit more materials than just 1 or 2 or 3 items, okay? So we're gonna need a safe-proof dish. You're gonna need some scissors. You're gonna need a bell or something that can make a sound. You're gonna need a black candle. If you don't have a black candle, then you can use a white candle. You're gonna need an envelope, 2 popsicle sticks. If you don't have popsicle sticks, you can also make 2 poppets or 2 paper dolls. That can also help as well. And you're gonna need some black yarn. Now, if you don't have black yarn, you can also use white string or black string as well. Thread can also well, but it needs to be something that is like a line, right? Okay, so what you're going to do next is you're going to take your 2 popsicle sticks, okay? One is going to represent you. The other is going to be them or the situation, okay? If you're not new around here, then you know why you need a permanent marker. You know how I am with permanent markers. Now, if you don't have it, you can kind of use a pen. Permanent marker works best though, because it's permanent, right? So on one of the popsicle sticks, this is going to represent you. So we're going to start there. So I'm going to just write my first and last name. Okay. So it's just my first and last name on one side. And on the other side, you're going to write your date of birth. Okay. Ta-da! All right. Now on the other popsicle stick, that's going to represent them. So I'm not doing this on anyone, so I'm just going to put John Doe. And you're going to also put their date of birth on the other side as well. So one side is their name, on the other side it's going to be their birthday. Yeah, so you have 2 popsicle sticks. You have 1 popsicle stick with your first and last name, date of birth. Them, so first and last name with their date of birth on the other side. Now, if it's a situation, then you would write, you know, the situation on one side and the date that the situation happened. If it was a partnership, for instance, maybe it was a building or a job that you're at and it's still weighing on you, you're going to write that job on one side and kind of when you kind of started there, okay, or when you left there. So something to tie it in. What we're doing is we're creating tag locks, right? This is going to energetically connect to me, and the other one is going to energetically connect to them. Okay, so now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our black yarn, thread, or string, and with one of the popsicle sticks, I'm just going to start with my John Doe popsicle stick. You're going to just tie it around them, okay? As you're tying this around them, you're going to see their face, you're going to see the situation. What do they look like? How do you remember them? What happened? Put all your emotions, okay? Emotions hold energy, okay? Thoughts hold energy. And that's what we're doing, is we're putting that energy into this. So you can tie it around as much as you want or as little as you want, okay? So that's good there. Now that you've done that, you're just going to take both ends and you're just going to tie a knot. And as you're tying that knot, you're just going to say, as I tie this knot, you are John Doe, okay? Or you are Jane Doe, or so-and-so, or whatever the place is, okay? And there we go. The knot is sealed, okay? So now, here we go. We have this line, and I'm just going to cut a piece of this here. And you're just going to guesstimate, tying it as long as you want. Now we're going to, you guessed it, we're going to tie it around yours, okay? So the popsicle stick that now is representing you, you're going to tie it around. Yeah, thinking of yourself, thinking about how you felt, how that person made you feel. Okay. Then you're going to also tie a knot in there. With this knot, you are Gerard Luat. There we go. So this is what we have at the very end, okay? Next, you're going to take your black candle. We're using a black candle because black candle tends to absorb negativity. It also can help banish and take away things. And we also want to take away this connection. I totally forgot. Don't forget, you're going to need a lighter because we're going to need to light this. So first, I'm just going to burn a little bit on the bottom here because I want to secure this candle. It may not be necessary for you to do that, but if you do have a chime candle like I do, then that comes in handy. It secures it. You can also put it in a candle holder, so forth. Okay, you're just going to light this flame. All right, so now all the pieces are in front. You're going to take your popsicle sticks, put that in front. Okay. Then you're just going to take the bell, and as you ring it, you're going to ring it 3 times, and each time you're just going to say after each ring, with the ringing of this bell, I am free. With the ringing of this bell, I am free. Now that we've rung the bell, we've dispersed that energy, we've stated our purpose, now you're going to just stare into the flame. Think of your situation, see yourself being free. See how happy you are, how grateful you are. And now you're going to say this spell. With this flame, I free me now. Sever the bonds that weigh me down. With this flame, I free me now. Sever the bonds that weigh me down. With this flame, I free me now. Sever the bonds that weigh me down. Now, all you're going to do is take your scissors and you're going to sever the bond. You're going to want to cut this, though, as close as possible to your popsicle stick, almost cutting through the knot. Okay? There we are. And as you cut that knot, if you notice, you can now take off the string, freeing yourself. All right? You're going to just take that and you're going to tie it around the other person's popsicle stick. Okay. Now, super important, you're just going to take your envelope, your popsicle stick, and you're going to place it into the envelope. You're going to seal it up. Okay. Now, some witches will take the candle wax and take a little bit and drop it onto the envelope to seal it even more. That, you know, all you do is you just take it off of here, be very careful, and you just strip some of it to seal it. Me personally, I do like that method. It isn't necessary though, so if you are one of those people that don't like fire or don't like really playing with candles, then you can omit that part, but I do like the fact of it sealing this envelope even more. Now, what are we going to do with it? Now, back then, you would mail this back to the person, okay? So this would go back to my ex or whatever. Obviously, you don't put any return address or anything. You just put their address and mail this to them. Me personally, what I have done in the past is I literally bury this. And when you bury it, though, you're going to, dig a hole, place it into the hole, go ahead and cover it. As you cover it, okay, you'll just place your hand over where you covered it, keep it there, and you're going to say this spell, okay? This gives it the oomph to it, the final touches. Return this energy to its original source. As I will it, so mote it be. I am free. I am free. Okay? And then walk off. Know that you are done with that situation. You are done with them. You'll feel yourself becoming lighter the more steps away from where you buried it. Obviously, you don't want to bury it near the property of your home. You want to bury it away from your home or where you stay. But you want to walk away from it. So maybe a cemetery or a park or somewhere far away from where you live. But just know that the situation is now done. It's returning to its original source. That doesn't harm them or anything. It just gives them back the energy that you once had for them that was weighing you down. You let them have it, okay? You don't need to carry that around. You're done. It's time to move on. Now, as far as the candle goes, you just let it burn completely down, and you just dispose of the remnants as usual. You can bury that with this if you want, so you can wait till the candle burns down, then bury it with your envelope if you want, but just throw away the remnants if not, and just be grateful for it. Now, what do you do with your popsicle stick? Well, remember it too. So what you could do is, if you're like me, you can put it on your altar, put it in a money bowl. You can also make a prosperity charm or something of that nature. But now you can just bless this. If this is something that you just don't want to do, you can also dispose of this, knowing that you just give thanks that the spell is complete. But I tend to just keep it on my altar, just keep it close by. There's a tag lock that's connected to me. Well, I hope you thought today's spell was really helpful. I hope that it helps cut those cords that are unnecessary or that have been weighing you down. As always, stay earthy, stay magical. Bye for now.